food. I said, well, actually, I could see her trying to understand why I was where I was going was you're traveling, 5 hours on a train. You're struggling because you're not seeing your children. You've got you're not eating properly at work. You're grabbing a sandwich. You're not stopping to eat. So I could see her going, why am I talking about how I use my train journey? Why am I talking about going for a walk? How much time can you give yourself at lunchtime to take a walk? And then I talked to Irina about her children, and if she really needed to do the job, could she come to terms with it? Struggling with it. Said, if tell me, how much do you feel this job is important to you? She said, very important, because it gives me stability for the family. Then I said, well, in that case, you're going to have to accept that the children may struggle a little bit without you right now. And so I worked at de-stressing her. Yeah. Unwinding her, because I said, if we can't take you out of fight or flight, no matter what food I talk about, you're not going to be able to digest. Exactly. Yeah. Your system's in fight or flight. Therefore, the mechanics of fight or flight is the blood goes from the stomach to the surface because it thinks you're going to be chased by a saber-toothed tiger. Survival mechanism kicks in. But actually, therefore, there's no digestive fire due to the nature of how fight or flight works. So she went, so, I said, unless you're going to, in addition to your food, you've got to address some of those areas.
The lifestyle things as well, and how she's living her life.
Your digestive fire, I can give you organic food. I can give you the best food on the planet.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you can't,
but if you don't change these other things in your life, you're not gonna. It's definitely not gonna. It's definitely not only food. Yeah.
No, I said your digestive fire. Your Agni. Your Agni. If it's not fired up, that works in a way that's suitable for your system, then that it's not going to work. That's why I'm saying get some of these stress factors out the way first. Yeah. And your Agni, your digestive fire is naturally going to come back. Yeah. And then we can support that. She went, and she was a dietitian, so it was a whole different understanding of how to approach health. Yeah. From a holistic, from a different point of view.
From a holistic and a non-dietitian perspective. Yes. Because I think dietitians would probably only think about diet first. Yeah.
Yes. So she was used to just thinking about the diet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I guess in my own love of Ayurveda is because I love the fact that Ayur means life and Veda means knowledge. So for me it's the food is you'll all when as you're all going on the Ayurveda course, you'll all have your different approach. Yeah. I love, my own passion is I love the elements. And I love this macro. Yeah. And the microcosm of the macrocosm. I love this principle that again, what I said earlier, really, what I do to myself is affecting my world.
Well, I'm taking it, and also taking a responsibility, right? Because that's something that I find, especially being vegan, is like many people say, like, I eat meat, but that doesn't really concern you. It's like, it does concern me, and it concerns everybody in this world. Like we're all responsible. We're all, that you are contributing to this horrific industry, and which is destroying the world, is also my problem. It's not just your problem, or it's not just you eating that burger. So what you're saying as well is like, of course, what you're doing is going to have an influence on everything and everyone around you. That's just a fact, Yeah.
Which is why I guess I love what we do, because I feel again trying to change the way people think. Yeah. Because if you can change war begins in the minds of people. Yeah. It begins here.
Yeah, I love what you gave us that little Christmas bag, and then there were seeds, like actual seeds, physical seeds, that you were like, plant the seeds. And I was like, well, you've given me a bag full of seeds, and that isn't even a bag with physical seeds. You know what I mean? Like those were seeds, but I was like, you have been planting seeds already. Like, you don't have to give me a bag of seeds for me to plant. I mean, there was something so beautiful. I thought it was such a beautiful metaphor, because I was like, well, I've been getting seeds ever since I started this course, So it was really, I thought it was so beautiful that you then was showing us like, you got these seeds and you can throw them around here, throw them around there. And I was like, of course, a bag of seeds, like, could there be more of a metaphor in it here, like really, it was amazing. So
well, that's why I'm so pleased with you, particularly, Carol, because I know you are a seed sower.
yeah.
You're such a communicator. That's why we're so excited to have you as part of our team.
Yeah.
You're naturally someone who will take what you're learning and share it with others.
Absolutely.
And for yourself, first and foremost, I hope you utilize this knowledge to.
Absolutely. No, it's changed my life. And it was already, I mean, it just came into my life at just such perfect timing, and doing the dinasharya, like doing that morning practice every day, and it changed your life, and it does, like you can, and you see everybody around you kind of feeding on it and understanding it. And also I was actually surprised how many people had an interest in Ayurveda lifestyle. Everybody was like, asking me all these questions. I was like, whoa, there's like a lot of people that want this stuff. And that was also the reason why I wanted to be a teacher or a coach, because I was like, well, so many people ask me questions about it, and I felt it wasn't right for me to share it, not being a coach. I'm like, I have limited knowledge, and also I don't feel okay about sharing something that I don't really have studied myself first, so that was for me really the drive to be here and be with you and be in this course, and loving it, every bit of it. So, it's really been it's been a wild ride.
No, this is just the beginning.
And we're still on it, and we've only just started this ride.
Absolutely.
And something I wanted to ask you, Annie, and I think I already know what you're going to say, but I saw this beautiful post today, and I want to share it with you. It's from it was on Instagram. It's I'll put it in the notes, guys. It's from a place called Snakes and Roses. So it's a person, I think, behind it that I follow, and I really like, because there's always these beautiful images. Like she always uses, I don't know if you can see it, but she uses these tigers.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little bit obsessed with. I say she, could be anyone. But, what they were sharing was, as you start to walk out on the way appears, and it's a saying from Rumi. And so in the description it was like, take that leap of faith. When you are on your path, the universe will conspire to help you. Sometimes you just need to let that wild hunch in your innocent heart guide you. Because sometimes it's not about having the perfect plan all traced out, but about starting and diving into the adventure of figuring out the way. And so, and basically really saying, like, the way is there, when you're brave enough to just go, okay, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to, take a leap of faith. And for me, it was, exactly what I'm going through at the moment, like deciding, like, yeah, I'm moving to London. I don't even really know how, but let's work it out, because I know I just have to, I need to be there. And then, you invited me, and, it was all just in perfect alignment. Do you feel in your life and, your whole journey, have you had that trust in the universe? And I also believe that trust in yourself. Like, how has that been for you, this connection with what's higher than us?
Oh, well, I definitely trust. I do trust that I'm being guided. I do trust. Yeah, I do have a faith that I'm being guided. I think if that's what you're asking, I guess that's for me the power of meditation. I guess the meditation is learning to listen. I feel I'm always trying to say to people, look, we've got an intuitive heart. We've got a heart, and I believe we have a knowing. I believe there's an innate knowing that we have of what our place is here and what our song is. But I think there's so much. I was saying it to I was giving a talk the other day about the heart and about how in Ayurveda there's something called the Mano Vahashrota, and it's one of the channels. A Shrota is one of these channels that carries energy around the body, and the mano is then will be a word for the mind. The Mano Vahashrota, the seat of the Mano Vahashrota is the heart, the Hridaya. Then the pathways, they call it the Marga. The pathways of the Shrota is everywhere throughout the whole body. And then the Mukha, the face of the Shrota, is the senses. So I was saying to people, these ears hear the noise of the head. The mind busy, it's chatting away, that sometimes you just can't hear what the guidance is because there's so much noise. The self-dialogue is entertaining, let alone what's coming from outside. Most people's self-dialogue is entertaining. So, if you listen from here, then you hear the song of the voice of the universe.
That's beautiful.
It is the ear to the soul that hears the universe. That's why when I invite people to meditate, when I look to meditate myself, of course, then I'm going, well, if I can just go into that quiet place, I can hear. I can learn to hear beyond this, beyond the
chatter.
The chatter. This is like the waves of the ocean over here. If I quieten it and go deeper, I can hear there's a stillness, and in that stillness, I truly believe that there's a guidance that we're getting. But I think most people don't trust because they're here, they're stuck here. It's noise. And that's why I think meditation, yoga is so important. Now, I think for people who have got very busy minds, very vata, movement, I think is excellent in pitta, because when you move the body, the mind moves from the head into your body. It's, that's why I think I've loved it so much, having such a pitta mind. My movement has got my mind out of my head into my body.
Exactly, 100%.
It's a global movement rather than just here. But I think movement's really good to get you. And then if you start feeling the whole of you, not just the part of you. I think most people are so up here, they forget the rest of them. Whereas I think yoga makes you conscious of the whole, and then you start feeling, hearing, listening from the whole, not just the part. I think most people are listening from this part, and it's very limited. Very powerful. I mean, if you've looked at the work of heart math, they talk about the pump of the heart and the electromagnetic field that it creates, so we know that if we can learn to listen here, that, and we can be happy, we can keep ourselves happy and change the way we feel. That again lifts our vibration. And as we lift I feel like angry thoughts, negative thoughts are all very heavy. They're slow, heavy vibrations, where joy, happiness, acceptance, devotion, or wonder, they are high vibrations. Mantra for me, that's why I love mantra. Mantra for me is such a pure vibration. It's such a pure vibration that you can't link it to anything physical. So it immediately lifts you to something. It immediately lifts you, changes your state. That
is true. It's true.
So I love mantra. It's one of my main things. I'm always keeping this mind happy by just putting a mantra in it that just helps change its state. And then I feel we then lift our consciousness, lift our vibration, and then again we can as we lift and change our state, we can attune to a higher vibration, and there's a voice in that higher vibration. There's guidance. If that makes sense.
It's beautiful what you're saying also about, because I always wonder, like, for example, I see how other people don't have that, or a lot of people also say to me like, yeah, but you're crazy, or but you're so fearless. I'm like, hey, you can do the exact same thing. You know what I mean? It's not just, and it's not me being crazy. It's just like, I have trust. I've always had trust. I always had trust that everything will always be okay. And if it's not okay, it will still be okay. Like there's always a way out. Like we never, so that sort of feeling of like just trusting your intuition as well. And what you're saying is like, do you feel like the people who don't really have that, is it too much chatter in the head, or what's the reason why people don't trust that intuition? Is there other?
Well, I think there's lots of reasons. It's fear. I think fear. I think our culture can also breed a lot of fear, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety. That I think if you start on a superficial level, you're supposed to look this way, do this other thing, live a particular type of lifestyle, have so much money, and then you're going to be happy. The whole culture is designed to pull us out of center. It breed desires. It's it's the core of the Bhagavad Gita. Desire just breeds more desire. The culture is designed to attract us out. You need another dress, you need another car, you need another relationship, you need another house. And only until you've got that